Hi there, Henry Smith here from IamWealthyandRich.com. Thanks for joining me today for today's update, where I update the cryptocurrency portfolio in investor's journey. Welcome to this update. So if you're new, thanks for joining us. If you've been watching this series, welcome back. Good to have you here. Before I continue, it's very important I do the disclaimer. This is not financial advice station or video. So I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a financial planner, I'm not a CPA or accountant. So make sure you do your own due diligence, your own research before you make any financial decisions. And also regarding investing, not understand that any kind of investing, there are always elements of risks. So do not invest more than you can afford to lose. So with that, what I'm going to do is share my screen and do today's update. I'll update the portfolio figures, whether it's gone forward or backwards, and we shall see what it has done. So let's get that green button. Make sure you stay to the end because I always talk about something afterwards. So here we are in the updated spreadsheet. And we have three columns. For those of you who are new here, we have three columns: the altcoin, the Bitcoin, and the totals column. So, and we get the figures from, and the green and white, by the way, is where it's green is when it's moved forward over the previous day, and red is when it's moved backward over the previous day. That's what that's about. So yesterday we moved backward a little bit. Bitcoin moved backwards, so it brought the whole portfolio backwards a little bit. Let's see where we are today. I get the figures from this page here. And this is this portfolio consists of one whole Bitcoin and a selection of specially selected alternative coins apart from Bitcoin. And this is the totals up here. So the left-hand side, we've got US dollars, right-hand side, we've got the same portfolio just in British pounds or pound sterling. And this is the percentage split. As you can see, I put the majority of the money into altcoins. So I want to take, and comes in from things coming from a live feed from CoinMarketCap into an asset group. The final figures are onto this page. So figure I'm taking now is the 172,669.57. So 172,669.57. Today's date is the 1st of September. And the time is that. And it's 172,669.57, I think. Is that correct? Nope, 668. 669. I've got 84. It is 172, right? Yep, 57. That's right. Right. Okay. So that is up on yesterday's figures, up by 3,849 on yesterday's figures. And so the top figures 220, 125.74, 220, 125.24, 220, 125.74. Correct. Yep. So that is also up on yesterday. So that I can turn that green. 3,475. Okay, and that makes Bitcoin must have gone up. No, Bitcoin actually went down. That will stay red then. So Bitcoin is going to stay red, minus 373, whereas the altcoins seem to have gone up significantly, which has raised the whole portfolio up 3,475. So that's great. One of the things we're keeping a watch on a daily, weekly basis is the movement of Bitcoin and the approaching golden cross. So if you can see here, we had a cross on the 19th of June. Well, this was known as a death cross and it signified a downward trend. And now we are expecting a golden cross, which is an upward trend, somewhere around the middle of September of this month. So It depends on where it's going to be. It could be this date keeps shifting. We'll know very close. The only time you'll actually know is when it actually happens, but it's going to be in and around this between the 14th and the 16th. It keeps shifting as the price keeps shifting. But the interesting thing is where it's going afterwards. They talk about look for where the hockey puck is going, and this suggests, okay, that these lines may not be too far away in the future after this cross for another cross, which will actually be a death cross. That's going to be very interesting. What happens to the price there? So we'll see how this, because these don't seem to be going in different directions at the moment. They seem to be going where they're going to converge again in the near future, and that's going to be a very interesting opportunity if you understand how to take advantage of it. So I'll be watching this very closely. Let's see, we've got to get this cross first. That's the first step, and the second, this will be a little bit more clearer as when we reach this date here. We're right here at the moment, 1st of September. That's where we are at the moment. So it's obviously looks imminent that there's going to be a cross, because almost like 95% of the work is going to be done. And there may be a rise before that cross. So Bitcoin could go up before, even as the golden cross comes, before the golden cross actually happens. And then shortly after, Bitcoin may continue to rise. And then if these cross again, it will be known as a death cross, which will signify a downward trend of the price. This was correspond with what we've talked about with the Gaussian channel. This channel is Bitcoin went into this channel on basically touched it, doubled with it around the last weeks of May, early June is when it actually came in contact with the tunnel. And historically, over 10 years of data shows that whenever it actually gets into the tunnel, it acts as quicksand and prevents it from actually escaping for up to a year. Sometimes a few months longer, but around the year mark. So it attempted to climb out here, in the end of August, but it was pulled back in. This particular candle here is what we're actually watching to see whether it will escape. This candle here, let's make it bigger. This candle here. So this candle is not complete, has not completed yet. It's not completed being printed yet, because this is a 5-day chart. So on the left-hand side, you can see here, we have actually 1 day and 10 hours before this candle is completed. So we'll see where it finishes, whether it finishes above the tunnel or, just still touching it. And then we'll see where the next candle begins from there. But typically, because of what's maybe happening here, if you put these two together, you could be looking for a downtrend down to this line or even the red line here. And that's typically what I'm expecting. But again, nobody can predict with 100%. But between now and the end of the year, it's most likely that it's not going to break 10 years of performance. And as I said, whenever it goes in, it always takes about a year before it escaped. This was the last time it went in. This was roughly about a year. Year before that, it went in again, came out. Once you go back in again, it's roughly a year. Well, roughly a year, but a little bit more, which is March to May. March to May. So, and it sometimes, actually, most of the time goes even below the tunnel. That may happen. If it goes down below the tunnel, you can expect it to reach one of these lines here. If it's extreme, it will reach the red line. If it's just a normal dip, it should reach the orange line. So we shall observe and be ready to pounce when there's an opportunity, because in all trends, there's an opportunity if you understand what the market is doing. And after it's gone through out of the tunnel, that's when it will start to go upwards to the next all-time high, which will be next year. Right. But it could surprise everybody and escape the tunnel. People are thinking it could escape the tunnel this year and go to a new all-time high. It's unlikely, but it's possible. Anything's possible. We shall watch and observe as these two play out. And there are others that I use also in my analysis, but I just like to discuss where Bitcoin is at the moment. It's not out of the woods yet. Anyway, if you're serious about developing, becoming a serious investor or successful investor, learn how to, become a successful investor, and you'd like to get started, you want to come over to this website, IamWealthyandRich.com, how to understand the game of money and play it well. And take a look at, scroll down to this form here and fill in the short form, get your millionaire mindset. This is one of the most important things you're going to need. It's the right mindset, and then financial strategy, which is a financial discipline you've got to get in place before you can actually really become a successful investor. Once you've got these two in place, and or shall I say, once you've started on the path to getting these on pace, you don't have to wait until you're completed. Then you can send us an email and find out more about our altcoin strategy and why I put over 70% of my money in the altcoins. Okay, so your first port of call is the IamWealthyandRich.com, and the I'm Wealthy and Rich means you are wealthy and rich. So it's something you say to yourself. You are wealthy and rich, but say I in yourself. So with that, I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share this video, and hit the notification button if you haven't done that. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks very much for your attention. Have a wonderful and fantastic day. And I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye.